So welcome everyone to Jumbo IS and welcome to our brand new lecture series called Daily MCQ Practice. Today we are going to discuss MCQs from 5th July 2024's newspaper. Now as you know, if you have been following this lecture series for long, that in this lecture series daily we cover 4 to 5 MCQs. And the purpose of this lecture series is so that you can cover 1200 MCQs from current affairs in 1 year. If you will follow this lecture series regularly, daily you will cover 4 to 5 MCQs from that day's newspaper with me. Then in 1 year, it will amount to 1200 MCQs, and ask any serious aspirant, 1200 MCQs is more than sufficient from current affairs. You wouldn't have to worry about current affairs as far as your UPSC Prelims exam is concerned. Okay. Plus, this lecture series has other added advantages, which are: number one, if you have read that day's newspaper, well, your newspaper or your current affairs would get revised. If you have not read that day's newspaper, well then through this MCQ lecture series, your current affairs would get covered. Plus, you are definitely getting the much needed MCQ practice. Alright, so that's about it. That's all in the introduction. Now let's straight away start with question number 1 from 5th July 2024's newspaper. Okay, so question number 1. Consider the following statements regarding dairy industry. The flush season for dairy farmers in North India starts from September and ends in March. Skimmed milk powder is created from solid fat component of milk. There is increased demand for milk and its products among Indian households as per the latest household consumption expenditure survey. Which of the above statements are correct? Now look, as far as the dairy industry is concerned, or as far as dairy farmers are concerned, dairy farmers, dairies, dairy cooperatives, well, their dairy season can be divided into two parts. One is known as the flush season. The other is known as the lean season. During flush season, well, cows' yield for milk increases. Okay, cows give a lot of milk. During lean season, the productivity of cattle declines. During this season, the milk from cattle or farmers are able to extract less milk from the cattle. Okay, so lean season, that means low milk production. Flush season, high milk production. Now, look, flush season is different in different parts of the country. Okay, as far as North India and Gujarat are concerned, then flush season starts from September after monsoons to next year's March. Alright, and as far as South India is concerned, South India, Maharashtra, well, it starts in July and ends in December. Okay, so flush season, during which cattle productivity or milk productivity is very high, is different for North India and South India. Okay, so flush season for dairy farmers in North India starts from September and ends in March. Absolutely correct statement. Now look, during flush season, the availability of milk with farmers increases. Now, during lean season, that availability declines. So what farmers do is, whenever they get surplus milk, okay, during flush season, well, their milk, the amount of milk that is sold in the market, they sell that. But the surplus milk that is left over is converted into solids. Okay. Now, look, milk basically consists of fats through which you create butter, cream, ghee, and solid non-fats. Okay. So these are fats, solid non-fats. Okay. Rest of the milk is liquid. Okay, water. So fats are converted into cream for storage from surplus milk. SNFs, solid non-fats, are converted into skimmed milk powder. Okay, so it is converted into milk powder. Now, what farmers do is they can sell this cream, fat, desi ghee, butter in the market. They can also sell milk powder in the market. But if they are not able to sell all their milk powder in the market, they store it to use it in lean season. So whenever when there is lean season and farmers don't have enough milk, well, they can convert this skimmed milk powder into milk by adding water and sell it. Okay, so farmers actually convert their surplus milk into cream and skimmed milk powder. Now, skimmed milk powder is created from solid fat. No, not solid fat, solid non-fat. Non-fat component is created into milk powder. Fat component is created into cream. So this is false. There is increased demand for milk and its products among Indian households as per the latest household consumption expenditure survey. This is absolutely correct. As per the latest data of household consumption expenditure survey, well, demand for cereals, wheat, rice, has declined. In fact, demand for pulses has also declined. Demand for animal protein, milk protein has increased. in the latest survey. So 1 and 3 are correct. Answer would be B. Okay, let's move on to question number 2. Now, as you know, recently Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit got concluded. Okay, on July 4th. That's why a question over here. Consider the following statements regarding SCO. It originally started as Shanghai 5 in 1996. As of today, this organization has 10 members with the latest addition of Iran in 2024. SCO's regional anti-terrorist structure shares intelligence among member countries for counter-terrorism operations. Now look, recently Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit happened in Astana, Kazakhstan. Okay, Astana is in Kazakhstan. Alright, now Shanghai Cooperation Organization was formed on 15th June 2001. But before 15 June 2001, it was known as Shanghai 5. Okay, Shanghai 5 was formed in 1996. It consisted of 5 members: Russia, China, and 3 Central Asian countries, which were Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, and Tajikistan. Okay, later in 2001, Uzbekistan was added, and it became Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Okay, so these 6 countries are known as the founding members of Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Now, after 2001, few members were added into this organization. Well, India was added into this organization in 2017. Same goes for Pakistan. It was added in 2017. Then Iran was added in 2023. Alright, so till 23, it had 9 members. And latest in Astana Summit in 2024, a new member was added, which is Belarus, neighbor of Russia and Ukraine. Okay, so now it has 10 members after the addition of not Iran, Belarus in 2024. So this is false, this is correct. Now, Shanghai Cooperation Organization has formed a group called RATS. The basic purpose of this structure is to share intelligence among these 10 members regarding counter-terrorist operations. So this is also correct. Only 2 statements are correct. The correct answer would be B. Alright, let's move on to question number 3. Consider the following statements regarding National Program on Climate Resilient Agriculture. Okay, it will identify 50,000 villages after climate vulnerability mapping where climate resilient agriculture shall be promoted. For this program, 2,000 varieties of climate resilient crops shall be developed. Okay, now listen. You have to tell which of the above statements are correct. Okay, now listen. Climate change is reality, right? Climate change is going to happen in future. And climate change is going to impact everything. Agriculture, industry, services, human lives, everything. But it's going to impact agriculture in particular. And impact on agriculture actually affects the lives of various people. In fact, everyone, because our food requirements are dependent on agriculture. All right. Now, therefore, government is thinking of creating new types of practices with respect to agriculture. New form of agriculture which will be resistant to climate change. And this is known as climate resilient agriculture. All right. And for that, government is going to release, it has not released yet, but it's going to release National Program on Agriculture, Climate Resilient Agriculture. And in that national program, various details or various things that government would strive to achieve. Okay. Now, the government has not finalized detail yet on national program, but sources say that government is going to do the following. Well, government has identified 50,000, will identify 50,000 villages where this new type of agriculture will be practiced. And these 50,000 villages shall be identified on the basis of their vulnerability to climate change. Okay. These 50,000 villages will be from 310 districts of 27 states. Okay. So first statement is correct. Now, to practice climate resilient agriculture in these 50,000 villages, 2,000 new varieties of climate resilient crops or climate resilient varieties of these crops shall be developed. So this is also correct. Okay. And the answer is C. And last, which of the following are qualifications for a sport to be eligible for Olympics? Look, why this question was in news? Because for 2036 Olympics, India wants to host this Olympics, 2026 Olympics. And as per international rules framed by International Olympic Committee, the host nation can add its local sport to Olympics. And that is why Government of India is thinking of bringing yoga or making yoga an Olympic sport. Okay. And because India might host 36's Olympics, therefore India has the right to introduce its sport in Olympics. Okay, but International Olympic Committee has various qualifications for a sport to be qualified as Olympic sport. Okay, what are these qualifications? First of all, the sport must be governed by an international federation, which should be recognized by International Olympic Committee. Absolutely correct. The sport should be practiced by both men and women in at least 75 countries and 4 continents. Absolutely correct. It must comply with World Anti-Doping Code. Absolutely correct. Okay. It should be reasonably popular. The sport should follow Olympic ethics and values. All these things are given in International Olympic Committee's International Olympic Committee's website. Okay. But these three qualifications are absolutely correct. So the answer would be, the options over here are not given correctly. It was 1 and 2, 2 and 3. 1 and 3, and 1, 2 and 3. All right. So the answer would be 1, 2 and 3. The correct answer is D. All right. And with that, we come to the end of this lecture. Thank you so much for watching, guys. And I hope it has added value to your preparation, though it would add more value if you are consistent with this lecture series. So watch this lecture series whenever this lecture gets dropped on our YouTube channel. All right. For those who need PDF for these MCQs, all right, if you want detailed solutions, though I discuss all the solutions in the video itself, but if you want written detailed solutions and questions, well, you can follow our Telegram channel. The link to our Telegram channel would be given in the pinned comment section, below. All right. Okay, I'll be signing off on that note. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time with MCQs from 6th July 2024. Thank you, everyone.